Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your 2022 predictions video. This video is an extension to my numerological analysis of the year 2022. A lot of the energies that I reference or talk about in this video could definitely be connected back to that numerological analysis. So check out that video if you have not yet. As it could provide some grounding basic information. So basically what I talk about in that video is, again, a full in-depth numerological analysis of the year 2022 from a collective energetic standpoint. So we're looking at the year 2022, all of the numerology connected and associated with it, and how that kind of collective energy is going to manifest in 2022. And so for this portion of the reading, we're diving into your specific energy in 2022. We're looking ahead for you, Scorpio. And we're looking at 2022, of course, through the lens of the overall collective energy, but we're looking specifically for Scorpio. We're going to be taking a look at general energy, money, and love. And then we're going to be casting charms for you to personalize it even more. I am going to be talking about the charms and the messages that I'm feeling, but that portion of the reading is definitely, an opportunity for you to further customize and further personalize the message if you're seeing charms and messages that are calling out to you more so, okay? So while I shuffle, I'm going to go ahead and invite you to join the Kindred family here by subscribing to my YouTube channel. If we are not already connected here on YouTube, click like on this video and drop a comment down below if something does resonate. Always love to hear from you. If you are interested in your own personal reading, you can connect with me on Etsy. I curate all kinds of content on my Etsy shop to help my beautiful kindred souls on their unique personal path and journey through life. So connect with me there if you are so moved to do that. And again, I curate all kinds of content. So yes, personal readings, but also almost personal messages. I develop book of shadow sheets and, tarot and oracle card layouts and charm casting, downloadables and all sorts of stuff. I'm just always adding stuff there. Again, whatever comes to heart and mind that I think will help you on your journey. So enough of that. Let's jump right into your reading. So contemplation is going to be a general overall theme for you in 2022. This feels like the Hermit card in tarot. It's a number 2 energy. And that's interesting because the number 2 is a prominent energy in the overall 2022. It's actually really interesting that this is a number 2 energy that is feels very hermit-like, because the number 2 actually talks about connectivity, union, cooperation. It's like pulling 2 different energies together in order to harmonize them. Now, in this way, I feel like this could be talking about you harmonizing your inner spaces rather than you harmonizing with another outside energy. So this could be talking about harmonization from an inward standpoint, because there is, again, that detachment, solitude, integration through reflection, all of that energy there. So it feels very inwardly focused, which is probably going to be you, Scorpio, living your best life. I have a lot of strong Scorpio placements in my birth chart, so I totally get it. Yes, we have no problem being by ourselves, diving deep into those deep spaces, dark and twisty spaces. We live for it, okay? So let's go ahead and get you change. So we have the Thunder Moon. Change. That's intense. That contemplation is going to be doing you good, huh? Be making some of those deep deep changes. It feels like the Death card to me, just the intensity of it. We have the Eight of Cups here. Yep. Some of you could be going through some sort of emotional duress or distress, and you're coming out of that now. The Eight of Pentacles. Well, the number 8 is going to be playing a big role in your 2022. The 35 reduces down to the number 8. We have the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. So you're going to be working on something. Some emotional changes going on. And just change in general. Life changes. Big things. Big moves. And then we have the Four of Swords. Okay. So what I'm seeing for you in 2022, Scorpio, you are healing yourself and moving on, moving away from things that are not serving you in an emotional capacity. These are going to be hard changes and difficult changes for you because they're emotional changes, and you're forced to change emotionally, which of course you are fixed water. So when you make up your heart space about something, when you make up your mind make up your heart that you love someone, make up your heart that whatever, it's really difficult for you to change that. And so there is going to be a degree of resistance there, a degree of you being required to detach and reflect and gain that oversight from your inner spaces in order to understand that, you know what, though these cups are standing up and to everybody else they look fine, they look right, I know inside of myself that something isn't right, that this isn't truly for me, this is not the direction that I should be going with my life. And so I have to make the decision to turn away from it, feel that pain, and walk into the unknown. I'm seeing when you do that, when you make that decision to change, it's actually going to open up opportunities for you that you enjoy. So our Eight of Pentacles really talks about doing something that you really like. You really enjoy it. When you're working on that thing, when you're doing that thing, you're in a place of peace. You're in a place of flow. And your mind is at rest. I'm feeling like right now your mind and your heart space, it's very tumultuous, right? This thunder moon energy, very tumultuous, very intense. So you're being asked to go inward, make the necessary decisions and changes, do the walking away and make the decision that you need to make. And when you do that, you will find peace of mind and you will find flow in your actions. You might even turn to or focus on your work, especially if it's an emotional difficulty or distress that you're walking away from, you're leaving behind. You might focus on your work. Don't do that for too long if it's unhealthy. But that's just what I'm seeing here. So we have the Rhodonite suggesting to find a way to forgive, and that's yourself and or others as well. That is your money message here, or your money focus is find a way to forgive. I just got a message, feels so specific. If you recently found out that somebody close to you stole from you, again, super specific, finding a way to forgive them, finding a way to move on is going to be imperative for you. And I know, Scorp, you can hold a grudge. I know you can. I know we can, okay? I know we can. But who does that serve? You know, I feel like the message is, again, if you are vibrating with that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that kind of betrayal happened to you. Remove them from the money situation so it doesn't happen again. And then find your peace in it. That's just what I'm feeling for you, okay? Find your peace in it. Yeah, so the Five of Swords, right? Like arguing and fighting with people, even if you feel like you're winning or you won, you're really not winning. You're just burning through your resources, your mental and emotional resources, trying to win a losing game. Like, don't play that game with somebody. Don't let them play that game with you. Find your own inner peace. Find your own inner satisfaction and inner peace. Forgive them so you can release that energy and you can move forward to something that's peaceful and something that feels good for you from that inner space. That's how you're making your money, because you are working diligently with a peaceful mind in the things that make you feel satisfied. And this is self-satisfaction. Feeling satisfied and pleased inside of yourself is where your money and prosperity and abundance is coming from financially, okay? Not arguing and bickering with small people. Yeah, I call them small, little tiny old people, okay? Let's look at your heart space and your love. Choose love. Especially if you're coming out of or walking away from, or have walked away from potentially recently, from a love situation that was obviously, if you walked away from it, it was not for you, and so there might be some sadness or difficulty there. The message that I am seeing here is you must choose love. You always have a choice. You have to decide, and you always have a choice. If you want love in your life, you say you're ready for love, you're ready for that partnership, that connection, that soulmate. You have to choose it. When the choice presents itself, you have to make the choice. It's not just gonna happen and drop into your life. You have to choose that. You have to choose to open your heart. You have to choose to let them into your heart, and understand and know that whenever you open your heart, there's always the chance, right, of pain. But we're resilient and we can move on from it. Okay, we can move on from it. All right, let's get some more clarity. Prince of Cups. Ooh, that's the Knight of Cups energy. The Knight of Cups is just showing up in everybody's reading and for 2022, which makes a lot of sense. I feel like I've said that 12 times. I guess 11 now, but so the Prince again is the Knight energy. Knight of Cups, bringing messages again of love. You have to receive the message. The Prince is bringing the message. Are you receiving the message? The message to let down your guard, take off your armor. Okay, we had 2 flip. The One of Cups, I'm sorry, not the one, the 9 of Cups. And we have the Hierophant, tradition. Again, choosing love. For some of you, this might be talking about your current situation, potentially advancing to marriage, engagement, some sort of proclamation of your love, some sort of validation of your love. You have to choose that. You have to make that decision. That's a decision from both sides. The 9 of Cups, you have to choose to be confident, to hold that confidence, to believe in yourself. You know, 9 of Cups really talks about self-confidence. All of your cups are full and you're sitting in the center of your world, straight up and down. Your chakras are all aligned and you are emotionally at peace and in harmony and in alignment. You have to choose that too. You have to make all of these choices. You have to choose to build yourself up to that place of Nine of Cups. And I love seeing the Nine of Cups here because the Nine of Cups happens after the Eight of Cups. So you make the decision to walk away from these things that are no longer in alignment with you. It's hurtful, it's painful, it hurts on the inside, your heart space hurts. And you're walking towards the unknown. You have no idea where you're going. Well, guess where you end up? In alignment. Because when you walk away from something that's not aligned, you end up somewhere where you are aligned, because you're not going to stop your journey of searching until you are somewhere that is in alignment. Because that's what your sojourn is. That's what you're venturing out from, because you're walking away from something that's not in alignment. All right, Scorpio. This feels like a very Scorpio reading, by the way, in case you were wondering. Okay. So we're going to add our charms, but first, I'm going to see if we can get a focus here. So our purple arrow is going to point to an area that could be a focus. Let's see. Scorpio 2022 focus, love and partnerships. Our charms. Scorpio 2022 predictions. Well, you heard that was a whole total mess. Okay. All right, let's look here. Let's see what we got. Charm casting gets messy sometimes. It really does. Okay. Well, nothing in our focus. Okay. And we have a lot of charms all over the place. So I might not go through every single charm, but I am going to try to pull together the messages that are present here. Okay. Wow. We have the root chakra on top of loud. Wow. Okay. There's a concentration here at the family section. Oh, well, there's charms everywhere, but there's a really intense concentration here. What I feel like is of note, because though we don't have anything in the focus, we do have some energies close to the focus. So we have our Four of Cups in the Ancestors sector, and we have the Eight of Pentacles in our Soul Tribe sector. So I feel like there's a tension being called there to that. So you might be feeling emotionally uninterested in ancestral energies or messages, or maybe emotionally closed off to messages from your ancestors for whatever the reason being. With the emphasis on family, there's a suggestion that there's protection there, that we're making wishes there, that music might be significant there. Again, there's stability and groundedness. There are infinite possibilities and an openness. Again, I said protection. What's on the other side of this? Sport. As far as your spirituality goes, your heart space, getting a different point of view or perspective on your heart space and how you view love and spirituality, treasuring the messages from your ancestors instead of having an emotional disconnection from them. There might be some difficulty in your soul tribe space, as well as opportunities there to venture out. So you might be expanding your soul tribe space, or you might be gathering additional energies and maybe releasing some energies there. Looks like there's a lot of work being done in your soul tribe, and we literally just talked about that. So you treasure your soul tribe, you treasure these spiritual energies that you have around you, and you're doing some weeding out is what I'm getting. You're doing it from an emotionally mature perspective. We have the King of Cups, which is your energy there, and so you're doing that from a mature perspective. And you're also, I feel like, maybe even making some connections between your soul tribe and your social currency centers and spaces. From a social perspective, you have your root chakra on top of loud. So to me, this is highlighting your root chakral energy. So doing root work, connecting with your ancestors. So again, you're showing emotional disconnection there. So you're being encouraged to connect with your ancestors, with your childhood, working through any damaged or dark or challenging, situations that came there. You're also you're being encouraged to work on laughing more. And again, that's connecting the spiritual and social energy as well. There's some transformations in that social life, which makes a lot of sense with the soul tribe information that we've talked about, and you're getting a lot of spiritual energy to do that, and you're being encouraged to look beneath the surface in your social life. Again, you're shedding that skin so that you can grow. Lots of emphasis on changes in your social spaces, social and spiritual connections. From a financial standpoint, freedom, work, but happening in the dark spaces, happening behind the scenes, happening like you're building your finances and your wealth from unseen spaces, from the dark spaces. And once they blossom and bloom, they will then come to the light. I feel like this is also a message about keeping the stuff that you're doing, moving in silence there and showing when it's ready to be shown. Again, there's movement, really fast and progressive movement too from a financial standpoint. This could also be literally suggesting that a new car or something with your car is happening. Maybe you're using your car to make money or to build wealth or something like that. Partnerships. Specifically love partnerships. We have the rhinoceros there. The rhinoceros really talks about breaking down obstacles and barriers and just plowing through them is what I'm getting here. The rhinoceros spirit talks about basically taking a softer approach to things, but when I see my rhinoceros in charm form, plowing through those barriers, and those barriers very well could be inner barriers. They could be physical barriers, but they could also be inner barriers, emotional barriers, spiritual barriers. Solar plexus energy in the partnerships center, which tells me that partnerships are strengthened when you yourself are in a place of self-strength and alignment. When your solar plexus chakral energy is vibrating at its brightest energetic frequency, that's when your partnerships are at their best. And again, plowing down anything that gets in the way of that. You're doing some work here, some really specific work in the self-care area. Again, the pliers are the pliers like pinch things. You're really getting in there and you're you're pinching it. You're being very specific about the things that need to be worked on from a self-care perspective. We have the sun straddling love and health. So I feel like, you know, again, the sun talks about vitality and energy. And so we're really connecting with that vitality and energy. We have the star in health. So I feel like the star being a focal point for you, being a focal point where you look into the sky, the night sky, and in the dark spaces, and you see that as a goal, a vision. Imagine your health being the way you want it to be, imagining that possibility, and then you will be drawn to it. I already talked about that. And then the upside down mask is showing who you truly are. Again, that's connected to the legacy space. That's a health family situation, but revealing who you truly are, living in your truth. There's an openness there and an authenticity there as well. If you have children, being open and honest with them, being open about who you are as an individual to them, because they will mirror that behavior. And yeah. Okay. So to do a little bit of a recap here, I feel like all of your messages are really highlighting this idea of moving on, specifically from an emotional standpoint, deciding to make a change, going inward, doing the work you need to do on the inside, walking away from that thing so that you can therefore live in alignment with yourself and your passions. You can do the things that you love. Your mind can be at rest there. That you are forgiving trespasses, especially of low vibrational people, moving them out of your life, moving them out of your way, not using any of your energy to entertain any of that duress and stress. You're finding, again, that personal peace, that personal satisfaction out of life. That is when you are pursuing what you're passionate about. You are grounded in those passions, doing the things that you love doing, and you're in alignment. You're choosing love for yourself, love for someone else. And that you are receiving love, you're choosing love, you're making the choice to integrate love into your world and into your life. Okay? So my beautiful Scorpios, these are the messages I've channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful for you. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below. Click like, subscribe if we're not already connected here on YouTube. And I look forward to seeing you again in an upcoming message. Bye-bye.